Hi guys, welcome back to the Wargamer and another look at another Rubicon Models kit. Now this is the M21 Mortar Carriage and Tarpaulin set, and this is basically an expansion set for the M3A1 half-track set that we've already looked at on this channel. This set contains some equipment that you can use for making a tarpaulin covered half-track. You can turn it into a mortar carrier, or you can actually have a separate mortar crew in here as well. Now in this video, instead of just looking at the contents of the box and looking at the finished miniature, I'm actually going to be building the miniature and giving my critique and some of my thoughts about the kit as I build it. So let's get this set opened up. Now just quickly before I begin assembling this miniature, a quick word on the tools I'll be using. So as you can see here, I've got my scalpel, my clippers and also my glue. Now I'll be using some plastic magic here because the kit that we're using, the Rubicon kits, don't work with regular polystyrene cement. You need to use a plastic which works with ABS cement. So plastic magic is a perfect option for that. As I've already mentioned, this is an expansion kit to the original M3 base kit, so you'll need to assemble your miniature first of all. But before you actually go ahead and assemble it, make sure you check the instructions from this expansion set, as there are a few components you need to omit when building the half-track. These are mainly going to be interior details, such as the benches and any radio equipment, so make sure you check out the instruction booklet before you do any assembly on this set. The first area that I'll be assembling will be the main mortar platform itself. Now this mainly comes as a single piece. As you can see that we have all the seats, all the mortar tubes in storage are all come as a single item. I'm just adding on a few of the additional items, such as the rear mounted MMG and also the mortar itself. Now there's one thing I just want to quickly draw your attention to, and that's the level of detail that we have in the flooring. It's got that diamond plate effect, and it's really well detailed. Some of the actual individual plates are very well defined, and also the texture of the floor as well is fantastic. So once you've fully assembled your platform, it can basically be placed into the back of the half-track. Now this goes in very easily, considering these are from two different kits. The actual components fit together really nicely. I was worried that they might be a little bit too snug there, but they do really fit perfectly. The next detail in assembling our mortar carriage is to add a few additional details, such as the radio and the antenna, and also the crew members themselves. The two crew members that we get come in two different poses. One is about to load in another mortar round into the tube, where the other is trying to protect his eardrums from the sound of the mortar. Now these crew members are one area that Rubicon Models have really set themselves apart from other wargaming manufacturers. Instead of opting for the usual 28mm heroic scale that we often see from other manufacturers, these guys are pretty much true to form for a 1/56 scale human. They don't have the overly large hands, feet and heads that we often see with other 28mm models, so it's actually quite refreshing to see a more realistically proportioned human with a wargaming kit. With our crew members assembled, let's move on to our additional mortar team. So in addition to the crew members in the mortar carrier, we also get an entirely separate 81mm mortar team, complete with 3 crew members, additional mortar tubes and rounds, and also the 81mm mortar itself. So when I first opened up the set, I was actually surprised to see this many crew members in here. I was originally expecting to just get a couple of guys for the back of the mortar carriage and maybe one extra guy if you wanted to use them as a ground base, but no, you actually get 5 individual crewmen in this entire kit. So the miniatures themselves are actually quite well detailed. Everything is already sculpted onto them, all the equipment and all the webbing, so you don't really need to do much to assemble them. It's pretty much just usually a pair of legs, a body, the arms, and then the head gets added on afterwards. So in addition to the very clear instructions, you should be able to assemble this kit very, very quickly indeed. So my only criticism about this set is the fact that this additional crew doesn't come with any form of base, which means if you want to use it for wargaming purposes, you would need to supply one yourself. But if you're a historical modeler and you're using this for a diorama or a vignette, then these guys don't really need to come with any bases. So now that we've pretty much looked at everything, let's take a look at these fully assembled models. So overall, this was a really well thought out kit. The fact that you not only get the options to make an M21 mortar carriage, we also get the additional tarpaulin covers that you can place over your regular transport or ambulance half-tracks, but on top of all that, you also get a separate 81mm mortar team. So overall, the quality of this kit is really great. There's lots of really nice details dotted around, especially on that mortar platform. We really have some really crisp, strong details on these vehicle kits. One other thing I really like as well, I've already mentioned, is the fact that we do have a realistically scaled crew, which is great for historical modelers. So if you're looking to pick up one of these kits for yourself, they're available in a whole range of different wargaming and hobby suppliers. So I won't include any one direct link, but I'll include a link to the Rubicon Models page so you can see some more details about this kit for yourself. So if you enjoyed this video, please do let me know in the comments below, and if you have any questions, leave them as well. And don't forget to subscribe to be kept up to date with all of my future videos. So the only thing left to say is thanks for watching, and goodbye.